Hello, welcome to Scrap Time. My name's Christine, and in this video I'm going to be doing a technique using the Dina Wakley Media Scribble Sticks over a gessoed background. Now, I had used the Scribble Sticks in the Inky Backgrounds Series, and during the series I had used them on watercolor paper. Because they're water soluble and I wanted to use them with water, I used them on watercolor paper, and somebody asked me why wasn't I using it on gesso. So I want to show you, you can use it on gesso like I'm showing, have a sample here, but I'm going to show you what happens. So this is a gessoed paper. It's not watercolor, it's just a regular piece of paper, but it's gessoed. And so I'm going to start by putting my color down. This gesso has a bit of texture that will pop out later. Sometimes when I'm putting gesso down, I like to add some texture already in there. I prefer it over just a flat background. I'm just using a bunch of blues. I think I might throw some green in here. I like this green here. I have two sets of the Scribble Sticks. There's a third set with a lot of the softer colors, and I don't have that one. So I have a fair amount of color on there. So I'm going to just get my brush and water. Now, because I have a fair amount of color on, it will stay, but what you potentially have happen is you can wipe it all off. So if you add too much water, you're going to lose that potency. You can see that it isn't very strong in the color, and that is the difference. That is why I like to use it on watercolor paper. Because the paper absorbs the color, you get some nice darker, richer colors, whereas here on the gesso you're seeing it's resisting it a bit. I washed too much of it off. I'm just getting a thin color, and that is the difference. That is why I don't necessarily use them on gesso unless I'm doing a technique, which I'm going to turn this into. So one advantage of using them over gesso is they come off, as we just learned. So I'm going to add more color on here. Then what I'm going to do is take a stencil. This one is from Dina Wakley. And I'm going to take a wet one, but you could probably just do it with water. Put your stencil down and rub. And you can see how I can rub off all that color we just put on there. But then, when you lift it off, you can have a cool pattern. So that is one of the cool things. You can't do this technique on paper because, as I said, the pigments will absorb into the paper, so you can't take them off. So you can do this technique. Here I had done it on another sheet here. So you can do this technique when you do it over gesso, and you can do it with the Scribble Sticks. You can do it with paints, like thin layers of paint, as long as your medium is still wet and it's on the gesso. You can put on a stencil, and then rub off excess color and get a little stencil design on your projects. And that's one technique using the Dina Wakley Scribble Sticks. Thanks for watching. Be sure to give our video a thumbs up and subscribe to Scrap Time videos on YouTube. In the meantime, here are a couple other videos you might be interested in watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.